Welcome to Lady Eagle Basketball from Lubbock Cooper Gym in Lubbock, Texas. It's on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and this is Game 3 of what will be, I believe, a 26-game season. If you're looking at the schedule on Max Preps, you'll notice there are several games missing. They do not have the Hobbs Holiday Tournament scheduled, and they have They've since added, there are a couple of other games on the schedule that are not listed there, in case you're thinking, wow, that seems like a much longer season than the schedule I've seen. But we are here on a Saturday evening, late afternoon evening, on Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The Lady Eagles played Tuesday night, and then they're right back here playing. And they, by the way, are the only Lee County team of any sport anywhere in Lee County playing at all this Thanksgiving holiday week. So, but they are here. Lubbock Cooper under head coach Jaden Isler. If that name sounds familiar, of course. The Islers with quite the basketball legacy in Clovis, not far away from Lubbock. And here playing to keep sharp and to get ready for their next game, which will be Tuesday night at Tasca Arena. The Hobbs Lady Eagles come in 1-1 on the season. They lost the opener in Albuquerque against the defending state champ Sandia by 5 points, and now they're coming off of a win, though, having beaten Las Cruces Mayfield, and how 48-24 doubled them up at Tasca Arena on Tuesday night. So got some momentum, got some confidence, and even though that was a big win for the team, head coach Joey Carpenter not completely happy with the execution and the performance of his girls during that game, noticing, like we did, there were several things that they could improve on, tighten up, and they need to in order to beat the better teams that they're going to be facing this season, TJ.
Well, it certainly is. And while we have a moment, say a big thank you to our friends at Lee County State Bank, Lasco IPS, LECO, Lavelle Insurance, Thriftway, First American Bank of Hobbs, Eunice Pump and Supply, Albertsons, Forest Tire Company, TDS, NMR Pipeline, NMJC, and XL Energy, bringing you Lady Eagles basketball. And yeah, I mean, when you get in, that's what the early season is for,
sure,
is to sharpen up and to get everybody in perfect basketball shape, get everybody back in sync. Some girls may have been playing other sports in the fall,
that's right,
and maybe didn't have as much chance to practice as you might have wanted. So it's getting them all together and seeing what they can do. Now they make the short trip up here to Lubbock to face not a familiar foe. I don't remember us ever playing Lubbock Cooper before. We might have. I just don't remember.
In the last few seasons, possibly. We've played increasingly. We've been playing Lubbock teams, I know, under head coach Carpenter over the last few seasons. So it is possible.
Well, it is. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
Cooper
either.
For many years was a tiny little school kind of out here in the middle of nowhere,
right.
and Lubbock has grown so much.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff south of it now, which is amazing. But yes,
and of course playing a familiar foe on the other sideline, and Jaden Isler. Of course, he was a Clovis boys standout and seemed to be Hobbs' kryptonite there for a couple of years when he was playing, and was the coach at Clovis for a number of years, and now over here in Lubbock. So he knows the Eagles and the Lady Eagles, and the Lady
their
Eagles
style of play.
Yep.
You bet. And, of course, as you mentioned, this is what this early season's all about, identifying your weaknesses and your strengths as a team and doing so in game time. You know, it's one thing to practice. It's another thing to be out on the court in actual, game performance to really identify, okay, what are we doing well that we just need to keep doing or even improve on, and what are the things that we are not doing well that we got to fix and got to make much better to return to championship form. And that's what the Hobbs Lady Eagles, I think, are trying to do and are doing. And you just want to win each game. You want to improve from game to game, individually and as a team. And they've got their short-term goals, their long-term goals, and I know they want to return to the state championship game, play for that ring again, as these seniors already have state championship titles, but they want to go out as state champions. And of course, we are hopeful that they will be able to do that as well. And always exciting to watch, always fun to watch. As you mentioned, though, Coach Isler, he knows he knows exactly the Hobbs style of play, whether you're talking about the boys or the girls, and it's all about run and gun. It's all about press. It's making your defense, leading into your offense, and those quick transitions. And Hobbs relying mostly on quickness and the inside shooting, outside shooting, but being able to compensate for lack of height. Against some teams that might be a little taller and maybe more physical and more aggressive. So they want to be aggressive on the court, but they want to be aggressive in terms of taking the ball away and turning those turnovers into points. And they were able to do that much better against Las Cruces.
Well, they certainly were, and I think that's just going to come with time. As mentioned earlier, as everybody gets completely back in sync and into where they are with each other. Forced a lot of turnovers, but they turned it right back over. Uncharacteristically, Hobbs and Mayfield almost with the same number of turnovers in that game. And when you make the turnovers, though, you've got to lead it into the transition, into the fast break, and get it in. That has been one of the keys to the secret sauce for these Hobbs Lady Eagles under Coach Joey Carpenter the last 7 years. We saw it in the JV game earlier, a lot of turnovers that the JV girls forced and got the fast breaks and didn't convert on all of them. It's like they almost got in too much of a hurry, and it's like we're just kind of like, hey, wait a minute, I'm all by myself. What do I do here for sure? And that's just going to come with time, and the varsity girls can certainly do that once they get the defense tightened up, and if they can get the outside shooters going. That's something, you look and you say, okay, well, they had 4 or 5 3-pointers in both of their first 2 games.
They did.
Well, they're used to having 4 or 5 3-pointers a lot of times out of one girl,
and
then 4 or 5 free throws, 3-pointers out of another girl. And so it's a team that in some ways lives and dies by the threes. Then if they can get the 3-point shooters going, though, that is going to open up a lot more space inside for Kendall Cunningham and Brett Clay.
Right.
Kendall's been a little quiet on the scoring front the first 2 games.
But she's been working the boards.
She has been working the boards. Really, the offensive load first 2 games been carried by Clay, as she's averaging 16 points a game through the first 2. They're going to need somebody else to step up, and maybe 2 or 3 others to step up and get into that double digit or that 8-9 point range. If they can get that consistently up and down the lineup, they're going to be hard to handle.
Yeah, you got to have somebody else, really stepping up, working the boards, with Kendall, and then you got to have more offensive production, out of and look to, more than one girl. They did better at some balanced scoring, across the roster with the girls who saw time and minutes, and they also were ahead enough that some of the younger girls and juniors and JV girls actually got in and got some significant minutes in that game as well. And that's going to be important because this team is losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors, at the end of this season. It's a lot of leadership, it's a lot of talent, but again, the Hobbs is famous for having depth, having deep teams, and next girl up, and who's got the hot hand and ride it every game until it's not producing for you anymore. Speaking of producing, Lubbock Cooper comes into this one under head coach Isler with assistants Miller, Lopez, and Spain. 5-5 on the season, 1-0 in district. I mean, Texas has been playing basketball for a long time, and Hobbs has just got Hobbs and Lee County teams have just got a couple of games under their belt. That's it. Last up, they beat Palo Duro 53-34, and next up for Cooper will be at Lubbock Coronado on Tuesday night. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles under head coach Joey Carpenter with assistants Hill, Size, Ornelas, and Ray come in at 1-1 on the season. And next up for them will be Tuesday night versus El Paso Hanks at Tasker Arena.
Thank goodness we don't have to drive to Hanks this year. We get to go to Pebble Hills this year. We still get to go next week, but we don't have to go to Hanks.
All right.
So
well, nothing wrong with being.
I'm kidding, Aaron. Aaron Forrester, RG, is a Hanks graduate.
Hanks,
so what a dump.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
You're going to get texts, that.
I know.
All right. All right. So we'll run down the rosters here in a minute. I also want to toss something in there while we got some time and tell you the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, not the total schedule. I just want to remind you of the team. This is the only time that Hobbs and Lubbock Cooper are scheduled to play each other this year. But Hobbs is coming up not only on several more December games, but also the holiday tournament, and the teams who are going to be in the girls division of the Hobbs annual holiday tournament will be Piedra Vista of Farmington, Albuquerque El Dorado, Alamogordo, El Paso Riverside, Las Cruces High, El Paso El Dorado, and Farmington High. So that's, pretty much it's just a pretty much traditional lineup, all New Mexico teams except for El Paso, a couple of El Paso teams, both of the Farmington teams. Then you've got Las Cruces High and Alamogordo rounding everything out. So, and those dates will be the same as the boys, of course. It's going to be on December 26th, 27th, 28th, which means travel for those teams on Christmas Day. So that is what it is. Now, we'll take, let's just run down the rosters. We're probably going to be taking our break for the national anthem and introduction players coming up here in just a moment. So you know what? Let's just let's run down the rosters really fast, and then I want to hear the rosters as they announce the teams. For Lubbock Cooper, number 2 is Jordan Tolliver. 3 is Ashton North. 4 is Conley Johnston. 5 is Diana Hicks. 10 is Chloe Young. 11, Anderson Dooley. 12, Abrielle Marshall. 14 is Taylor Bullen. 22 is Hannah Campbell. 23 is Ada Osuji. And number 33 is Cadence DeLuna. Hopefully we are saying those names correctly. The rosters do not come with pronunciation guides, and we are much less familiar, of course, with visiting teams as our own. And for Hobbs High School, under head coach Joey Carpenter, number 4 is Madison Cepeda. 10, Addison Everhart, who is also seeing time playing on JV. We watched her, and some good minutes in that JV game as well. 12, Aliana Armitage. 14, Brett Clay. 15, Nakaya Mojica. 20, Bryn Hargrove. 22, Kendall Cunningham. 23, Carly Rivera. 24, Carolina Seiss. 30 is Aurelia Navarro. Number 33, Kaisla Muniz. 34, Alana Bolton. And 52 that is Katie Godwin. So those are the players, and we'll take a break, come back in just a few minutes with Lady Eagle basketball. We'll get it tipped off here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 from Lubbock Cooper in the red box that rocks is what we just learned. Your starters for Lubbock Cooper will be number 4 Johnston, 10 Young, 14 Bullen, 22 Campbell, and 23 Osuji, who's listed as a 6-foot freshman, by the way. And for Hobbs, your starters, number 4 Cepeda, number 14 Clay, 15 Mojica, 20 Hargrove, and 22 Cunningham. And the Hobbs girls are, the Hobbs fans are going to stand up. Cunningham is going for the tip-off and is going to win that. Gets it into Cepeda's hands, going up against the 6-foot freshman. Nice work. Cepeda takes it, working underneath the basket. A pass over into the left corner from Mojica. Tries a three-point shot, won't fall. And the rebound to Johnston. So Hobbs with a missed shot. And Lubbock Cooper with their first. And Hobbs fans are going to stand up until the first bucket, which is a tradition, but it means that we're blocked out from seeing a lot of things. Hobbs with a steal coming down, trying to put it up. It won't fall. Clay with her first rebound, fight for it, keeps it, kicks it out to Mojica. Mojica over to Hargrove. Hargrove drives across all the way outside of the arc on the left side, now back in along the baseline. A little bounce pass. It looks like it goes out of bounds, or no, it was knocked away. Maybe nope. It's going to be Pirate basketball, and I couldn't see because of fans, standing up. No score yet, so everybody's still on their feet, and a timeout taken right now, as I believe Coach Carpenter. It's just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And again, it is tradition, and the Hobbs fans who have traveled, and we got to say thank you to the fans for their support during a holiday week.
As many Hobbs fans here as there are Cooper fans.
Exactly. So
just a little tough on the camera work.
Exactly, tough. The tradition is to stand up until the first basket is made, and until the first Hobbs basket is made. So they're still up, and some adjustments, I guess, being made. And both teams are ready to come back out. No score yet in this one. It's 7:13 left to play in this first. It was a Pirate timeout, by the way. It was not Coach Carpenter wanting to make some adjustments. It was Cooper. So Cooper will have the ball, and that's going to be number 14, Bullen, who is going to inbound underneath to the right of the Hobbs basket. Bring it in. Moving it across the court. Gets it to Osuji. A quick pass down. A three-point shot up. The attempt good. And
number 10, Young.
That was number 10, Young, Chloe Young, 3 points, so 3-0. And the ball with Hargrove driving in the lane and looking to put up a shot from the right blocks, and is going to get fouled by Osuji. And Hargrove goes down on the floor a little hard, but she comes up. Oh, no.
And they say that it was a turnover for Hobbs.
Yeah, they say that it actually will be Pirate basketball, so the teams each have, one turnover?
Yes, they do.
And inbounding, looking for room. That is Bullen. Still hasn't crossed the timeout line yet. Nope, that is a Young. Now she crosses right side, drives to the right corner, and getting worked on hard by Clay. Almost loses the ball. She does. It goes out of bounds, and it's actually going to be is it going to be Hobbs ball? Nope, it's going to. Yep. Nope, it's going to stay Cooper ball, and it will be number 4, Johnston, to inbound from that right corner. Kicks it back to Young. That bounce pass over to number 22, Campbell. 22 going to drive the lane, then kick it back out in that right corner. No room over there. Nice tight defense. Ball's loose on the floor and picked up. So second turnover by Cooper, and nice work as Clay with the steal, drives the lane, kicks it over to Hargrove in the right corner, and she puts up the 3, and we are tied. Hargrove with Hobbs' first points of the game. So a tray versus a tray, and now back in the hands of Lubbock Cooper. Double team, nice tight press, but Cooper able to weave their way into it. They get the ball down to the left corner, a shot up, no good, and the rebound, I believe, is Clay's.
It was.
And that's her second rebound of the game. Cepeda brings the ball down. The pass is blocked, popped up, taken away. Second turnover by Hobbs. Lubbock Cooper having trouble hanging on to it, but they keep it away from Hobbs. And that's Osuji driving the lane to the left, going to put up a shot, and she gets fouled. I think they'll get Cunningham for the reach. So that's the first foul on her, first team foul, and first shot from the line by any team here. And Osuji goes to the line. We're tied up 3-all, 5:35 left to play in this first, and the first one is up and good, nothing but net. So 4 points for Lubbock Cooper under head coach Jared Isler on this Saturday afternoon, Thanksgiving holiday weekend at Lubbock Cooper. Second one is up, no good. Banks across, a fight for the rebound. Hargrove's going to get it, but on the backwards pass in, it's taken by Bullen and put up for 2. So a third turnover by Hobbs, and points off of it by a heads-up Cooper team. Coming the other way, Hobbs with the ball. That's Clay. Got it top of the arc, works around to the left, leaves it off for Caitlin Muniz in the game now. Caitlin is they going to call her for the charge? Nope. If they're going to call the block on 14, it'll be Bullen?
Yes.
Yep, Bullen with a first foul. It's going to be on the floor, and it'll be Caitlin Muniz to inbound near midcourt and gets it to Armitage. Armitage in the game too. She immediately takes it, drives across, passes, a little bounce pass to Mojica. Mojica not ready for that, and fight for it. She ends up getting fouled. And they're going to call that, I believe, on number...
Osuji.
Yep, Osuji. So that's her first foul. Mojica will inbound to the right of the Hobbs basket. Gets it into Muniz on the right wing. Back to Mojica in the right corner. One of her favorite places that she can pop those threes from. She's good in either corner and all around the arc. So that's 3 from Mojica. And a quick steal. Armitage making something happen. Gets it to Clay. Back to Armitage. She drives in from the left. No good. The fight for the rebound. It goes out. Tipped out by Hobbs. Nope. Tipped out by Lubbock Cooper. So Mojica will have it and inbound to the left of the Hobbs basket. As again, another turnover. Is that 3 or 4 now for Cooper?
That is 3.
That's the third one for Cooper.
Each team with 3.
Right. And inbound. Getting it to Clay. Then it bounces. It goes out of bounds. I think tapped out by Osuji. And so Mojica will try again from the left of the Hobbs basket. Over to Cunningham in the left corner. She drives across baseline. Passes over to Muniz. Then out. Oh, intended for Clay. Picked off as another turnover for Hobbs. And actually that was good work by Johnston over there. They pass it around, get it over to the right corner. A three-pointer up, no good. And Clay is fighting for the rebound. And I think they're going to call they're going to call Osuji again. Yeah, Osuji with a quick foul. And that's, if you're wanting to try to foul somebody out early or get her into trouble, that's a good person to do that. She's got the height and she's got some skills. So it'll be Hobbs' ball as Clay will take it. And she doesn't get credit for the rebound.
Yes, she does.
Oh, she does? Okay.
She had control when she was fouled.
Okay. I didn't think she did, so I will change that. All right, Armitage with the ball off of a pass from Hargrove. Back to Hargrove in the corner. Air ball, 3-point attempt, but the rebound is actually going to be by number 3 North in the game for the first time. A pass into the right corner for Cooper, and that is number 4 Johnston with a tray, and that puts Cooper up by 3, 9-6 here with 3:57 left in this first. Oh, Cunningham thinking, that's right, she did. She just hesitated because she had somebody in her face. She was right outside the arc on the left wing and was going to take the 3, had somebody in her face and just hesitated for a moment, took that little slide step and a turnover. Good intention. So Cooper with the ball now coming back the other way. They get it to North. She's got too many people on her. She kicks it out to number 12 in the game for the first time. Marshall puts up a shot, won't fall. Marshall with the rebound. Lubbock Cooper with the ball. They pass it over into the corner. That's where Kenda Johnston has scored her 3. Oh, and they're going to get Muniz with a foul as the pass went in over to Young, and Young had the ball over her head, and Muniz grabbed and is going to get called. So first foul on her. And it is going to be on the floor. It will send Johnston over on the sidelines to throw it in. Brings it in. Out of bounds to Young. Young getting worked on by Armitage. Ooh, Armitage on her tight. And I think they're finally going to call her after the second or third bump. So good tight defense. She's famous for that. But sometimes it can blow up in your face. Get a little too aggressive. So a foul. Bounce pass in. 3-point attempt up from the right wing. No good. Fight for the rebound. It's almost tipped out of bounds. Hargrove comes up with it. That's going to be her first rebound of the game. She drives all the way in from the left. Oh, in and out. Robbed as that just did not fall. And Cooper with the rebound. I didn't see, it's number 14, Bullen.
And then
turning it over. The fight for the ball. Clay with a nice takeaway, her second steal of the game, and goes and makes points off of it. That's what you want to do. You want to make points off of the turnover. And now Hobbs within one, 9-8, 2:40 left. Long pass down court to number 12, Marshall, who circles around and comes back and puts up a layup from the right side. So 2 points, first 2 points for Marshall makes it 11-8 Cooper. Hargrove coming the other way, drives in the lane, going to put up a shot. It's short, and it's picked up by Johnston. I've got that down as her second rebound. Oh, a nice pass interrupted. Good heads-up play by Brett Clay, who's not only playing, good offense and our points leader in the first 2 games of the season, but, man, she's quick. She's everywhere she needs to be, and she pushed that ball out of bounds. It'll stay Cooper ball, but it interrupts their offensive rhythm. The throw in goes to Young out near midcourt. Of course, this team very well matched against Hobbs, playing the same kind of ball. Oh, a pass almost stolen away by Armitage, but Cooper manages to keep it. Pass all the way over to the left side by Bullen into three-point territory. Lane violation is going to turn things over. Lane violation by Cooper. And a good job by the ref to pick that up. I think that is actually the second time it happened, and it went unnoticed and uncalled the first time. And so Cooper wants to call a timeout with 2:01 left in the first. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here. And 3-point lead so far in this fast-moving, fast-paced game. We knew it would be quick like this with both teams playing the same style of basketball, TJ.
Well, we certainly did. I think the thing that's most surprising, though, Hobbs right now has turned it over 6 times. Cooper has left it off 5 times. So both teams 11 turnovers. That's almost as many turnovers as points on the board. Combine them up. So
that's right. 11-8 is your score. Cooper leading by 3 points here in the red box that rocks. Lubbock Cooper.
What an interesting name for a gym.
Well, and they're of course their team colors are red. So Hobbs to inbound the ball. Mojica to Hargrove, who will run the point across the timeline on the right side. Pass it over to Alana Bolton in the game for the first time. Then to Size. Oh, she pulls the trigger on a 3 from the right side. Does not go, but Hobbs with the rebound, and then on a pass loses it. It's turned over. It goes to Marshall, who's going to take it down, and a little spin move in the lane, and she's going to get fouled by Hobbs. Hobbs with 7 turnovers now, but Lubbock Cooper with 5 of their own. And it's going to be on the floor. They call that against Carolina Size, her first. And Cooper will inbound to the right of their basket. Looking, and yep. Too much time. Yep,
I think they gave them an extra 2 or 3 seconds,
too. But they do turn the ball over, taking too much time to inbound that basketball. And that's because of the great defensive coverage by Hobbs. So good job for defense. Now, offense has got to catch up here. Mojica to Size, and then to Bolton out midcourt. Takes it, gets it over to Hargrove. Hargrove now to Armitage. Armitage just off the left wing to Mojica off the right wing. Mojica again getting worked on hard. Good defense by Cooper. A nice move to pass it to Hargrove to Armitage, and then out to Size, who puts up a 3-point shot, won't fall. But Bolton with the rebound, her putback no good. Fight for the rebound, and Hargrove comes up with it. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica drives the lane, puts up a shot. It does not fall, and that rebound is by number 3, North for Cooper. They take it immediately, go to that right corner, then pass over into the left wing. A 3-point attempt up by Young, who popped a tray earlier. It's an air ball picked up, and now bringing it down the court is Mojica. Gives it to Size. Size tries. It's on her second attempt from the top of the arc. A beautiful nothing but net 3-pointer. So great, and that ties the game up 11-all here with 20 seconds left to play in this first quarter. And Cooper finally getting it across the timeline. Hobbs faithful, thinking they took too much time to do it. They put it in the hands of Young, or actually number 12. That's Marshall, and Marshall she gets fouled, I think, by Armitage behind her. Yep, Armitage just kind of tripped her up from behind. So that's her second foul. And now that's the 5th team foul, and that is going to send number 12, Marshall, to the line. She's got 2 points in the game and a rebound as well. 11 all. We are tied up. 13.1 seconds on the clock. First one is up and good. This is only the second time that Cooper has gone to the free throw line in the game so far. Suji sunk her attempt earlier, then picked up 2 fouls and is out of the game for now. Second attempt is up, no good. It bounces off, fight for the rebound. Bolton's going to come up with it, her second rebound. She gives it to Mojica, drives across the timeline left side. Over to Hargrove, thinks about the 3, now travels in, loses the ball. She gets fouled. I believe they're going to call number 12 on that.
Number
10,
Young.
Number 10. Okay, it'll be on Young. And that is first foul for her. It'll be on the floor, Hargrove. They only have 14 fouls. And Size and Bolton come out. Cunningham and Clay back in for Hobbs. Hargrove inbounds to Mojica to Clay. Clay, turnaround at the buzzer, no good. So we go into the second quarter with Cooper leading, but only slightly, 12-11 in a fast-moving first quarter, and we'll be back with the second quarter. Exciting basketball here from the red box that rocks, Lubbock Cooper. More Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 on the way. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball as we are at Lubbock Cooper on this Saturday afternoon, Thanksgiving holiday afternoon, and after the first quarter, which felt like it took about 3 minutes to play because it's so fast moving, both of these teams playing the same style of basketball. It is a close one. It's been back and forth. 12-11 is the score. Just a 1-point lead by Lubbock Cooper at this point, TJ.
Well, it is. Hobbs, plenty of opportunities in that first quarter. They missed so many close-in shots and were not able to get the rebounds. Even though they won the rebounding battle, they didn't seem to win it when it mattered. So now they're down by 1. They've got to get it together. And
Cooper inbounds. They get it to Young. She drives into the lane and is going to get fouled. I think Cepeda got her. Yep, it'll be Cepeda. First foul on her, and that's the first team foul in this quarter. It does send number 10, Chloe Young, to the line. Her first trip to the line. She's got 3 points in the game, though. In fact, she popped the first tray to put Cooper on the map. First one is up and good, so she'll get another chance. Cooper trying to put more distance on the scoreboard. She does, nothing but net. So 5 points for her, makes it 14-11. Now some work to do. Hobbs needs to catch up and then go on a spree. They give it to Mojica. She drives the lane. Nice work. Puts it up. No good. And then the rebound by Cunningham, the putback, no good. Mojica with the rebound. She gets it out to Cepeda. Cepeda tries a three-pointer from the left corner. It's no good. And then the rebound is picked up and taken. Oh, yeah. As the rebound, I think, was by Young. And then she was trying to get it out of her hands to Osuji, who is in the game again. And, yep, and Hargrove commits the foul. It's on the floor, so Cooper will have the ball. They inbound from the left of the Hobbs basket. Still haven't crossed the timeline. Now they do. They pass it ahead to Bullen. Bullen drives in to the lane from the outside and banks it off of the glass. Thought she was going to pass it. She kind of faked out Hobbs on that and able to add 2 points to her and makes it 16-11. Just like that, Cooper out 5 against Hobbs. Hargrove bringing it down, just kind of doop-de-doops into the lane, kind of fools Lubbock Cooper, looking very casual, like she's probably going to pass it back. Instead, puts the shot up. It's good, and she draws the foul. Nice job by Hargrove, as she's got 5 points in the game now. And that foul is going to be called against Osuji, and that's her third foul. And it will send Hargrove to the line, her first trip to the line in the game. She's got 5 points in the game so far. 7:06 left to play in the second. First is up and good. Nice work, and that is the one that she gets. Three points the old-fashioned way there. So now 16-14, back to a 2-point game, and it'll be Cooper inbounding to the right of the Hobbs basket. Bullen will look to get the ball in. She does to Young. Back to Bullen. Bullen's going to drive right up the court, right into the lane, going right at Hobbs, and gets into the lane, just pauses just a little bit, and gets fouled, as I think Cunningham got her on the line. Cunningham was guarding the lane and reached out and committed her second foul. And that is going to send Bullen to the line. No good. It bounces out. So a miss. She's got 4 points in the game, though, and a chance to make it 5 here. And let's see. Armitage and Manise come out. You've got Clay and Cunningham in the blocks. And Cepeda and Hargrove also in the blocks. Mojica in back. And Bullen sinks her second, so she's 1 for 2 at the line, puts her 5th point through the net. 17-14, 3-point lead by Lubbock Cooper here. 6:50 left to play in the second. Cunningham with the ball, drives the lane, puts up a shot, does not fall, and the rebound brought down by number 3 North. I've got her down for three rebounds in the game so far.
That is what I've got.
And gives it off to Bullen. Bullen drives in, passes it over to Johnston. Bounce pass right at the top of the key to Campbell. Puts it up, no good. And Clay with the rebound. I've got that down as her 4th.
That is correct.
And Clay just going to drive down, take it coast to coast, try to put it up, but she gets fouled. I'm sure they're going to call Bullen on that. It looked like it anyway, as Bullen was guarding her, trying to keep her from getting into the lane. Yep. So that is her second foul, and sends Clay to the line. Clay with just 2 points in the game, but she's got 4 rebounds and a couple of steals. Oh, the first one, no good. Bounces off. She got a chance to sink the second one, and the Lady Eagles need every point they can get here. We've still got a lot of basketball left to play, but you don't want to let Cooper get too far ahead. There, way to go, nice one. She has a very flat arc on her free throws, but you know, when she makes them. They're great, and she does make them a lot. Ooh, a nice turnover, nice steal. Her 3rd steal of the game. Oh, and then stolen right back. The teams trade turnovers. As Lubbock Cooper, they're not sleeping today. Hobbs Lady Eagles are sharp, but they got to be sharper. Mojica with a nice. She just punches the ball out, steals it, and then it's stolen right back. Again, Cooper not sleeping. They get it over to the right corner. 3-pointer up, no good, and getting her own rebound was Johnston. North, rather. Sorry. And then kicks it over. That is 22. Campbell with the ball, getting worked on by Cepeda, trying hard to steal it. No call. As Hobbs defense working very hard. They're pressing. Hargrove, Cepeda, everybody. A little physical. There is some bumping going on both sides. Some of it not called, and that's okay. If you're calling it fair and you're letting some physicality go, that's okay. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's Lubbock Cooper's ball. Now they're going to slow things down just a little bit. That is number 2. Now she picks it up, drives the lane, tries to bank it off the glass, doesn't fall, and the rebound is going to be, Hargrove's. Hargrove's 3rd rebound of the game. Kicks it out. Mojica with a 3-pointer. Butte. Oh, I thought it was going to go in. It banked off. Cunningham comes up with a rebound. Her putback, no good. And then it comes down a fight for it. And are they going to call a jump, or are they going to call the
Brett
foul?
got it, and then she got tied up.
All right, so she got tied up. They're going to call the tie ball. And I think that's a better call. In this situation, it was too much of a free-for-all. Everybody, arms and hands were up in the air and flying. I think you just say, okay, tie ball. And arrow goes to Hobbs. And Mojica to inbound to the left of their basket. Out to Clay. Clay getting worked on. This is tight defense by Lubbock Cooper. Back to Mojica. Mojica pulls up. Nice move. Tries a 3. It does not fall. And Lubbock Cooper with the rebound. Marshall. And they're going to say she gets fouled.
By Cepeda.
Yep, Cepeda with her 2nd foul. As again, Cepeda just trying to get the ball away. Trying for the steal, being aggressive. And you got to break some omelets to make some eggs. If those eggs don't make it in the pan, you're not going to be eating it. And so that means you can't win a game.
You have to break some omelets to
make
some eggs?
Break some eggs to make omelets.
Okay,
Sorry.
Yogi.
All right. Yeah.
Yogi Morgan.
Exactly. All right. That analogy didn't really work. You know what I'm saying. All right, Lubbock Cooper passing it around. They get it into the left corner. A 3-point shot up by Young. It does not fall, goes out of bounds, and last touch by Cooper. So Hobbs will get the ball. Cunningham inbounds to Hargrove. Hargrove going to take it easy across the timeline on the left side to Cunningham. Over to Clay. Clay calling for the offense. Setting it up. Oh, bounce pass intended for Hargrove. Makes it all the way to Cunningham. She pulls up a little jumper outside the blocks. Doesn't fall. And Clay with the rebound and the putback. And it does. And Hobbs, along a little scoring drought there, makes it 17 all. Ties it back up. Here comes Cooper, though. Ooh, good tight defense. Aliana Armitage ties it up. Nice work as jump ball, but it's going to be Pirates ball, I believe, because, yeah, Lady Eagles had it last. Still nice to break up that, to try for a steal. And knocked away by Hargrove. Nice behind the bounce, and then as she's going to put a hook up, she gets fouled in the lane. So it was in the act of shooting, and that is going to be, I think, on number 4 on Johnston.
Number 10.
Number 10. It's going to be on Young, her second foul. And Hargrove will be at the line to shoot 2. She is 1 for 1 at the line so far, and she has 6 points in the game for us.
And trying to give Hobbs their very first lead of this game with 4:17 to go first half.
So Hobbs tied it up at 11, but then Cooper went ahead 13-11, and then Hobbs has not tied it back up or had the lead since early on and since at all. So Hargrove, first one, banks off the front of the rim, clanks off. No good. We have Bolton coming in and Cunningham coming out, and in the blocks for Hobbs over there, I think Kaysla Manise and Armitage. Hargrove at the line. First one was a miss. This one's a make. And gives Hobbs, as TJ had said, first lead. 18-17 now. Hanging on to it and trying to increase that lead is what Hobbs will need to do in the last 4 minutes 17 seconds of this second quarter. Cooper still in the backcourt. Time is ticking, 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 ticking. Hobbs wants the whistle. They don't get it. And Bullen trying to hang on to the ball against Armitage. Tight defense, but it goes out of bounds. 4:04 left now. So it will be Bullen to inbound again. Armitage trying to steal it. They get it over into the left corner. Johnston crosses, runs a baseline. Ooh, ends up almost losing it, and then does. Clay with the steal and takes it. And a layup from the right side and gives Hobbs a 3-point lead now, 20-17. Hobbs needs to force another turnover and make some points off of it. And smothering defense. Cooper hanging on to the ball, though. Armitage working on Bullen. Armitage working on Bullen. A little bounce pass on the floor. Armitage saves. Armitage gets it and then passes it. Gets it to Clay. Clay, no good. But the rebound and the putback by Manise is nice work. Good teamwork. When one teammate can't get it up and in, you work it, you pass it until you can get it. Nice work, as a good round of applause as a timeout by Lubbock Cooper being taken, as Hobbs is now 22-17. A 5-point lead here with not long to play in this second quarter, and we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Lubbock Cooper in the red box that rocks, as Hobbs has worked hard to tie it up in this second quarter and then surge ahead, and they have a 5-point lead now, 22-17 over Lubbock Cooper, and it comes off of turnovers, making things happen, turning it over, and making points off of those turnovers, TJ.
Well, that has been very important. It has been the key to getting Hobbs out to this 5-point lead. They just kind of seemed stuck in neutral in the first, but they've turned it on here in the second half of the second.
They have. When you're not able to rebound quite as much, you've got to find a way to get the ball other ways. Lubbock Cooper bringing it down against tight defense. They get it over to the right corner, driving across the baseline and putting it up is number 12, Marshall. her 5th point of the game, and now it is 22-19. Hobbs with the lead. Size with the ball to Bolton. Bolton over to Clay. Clay hanging on to it. Now moving it. Bounce pass to Size. She's going to pull back near midcourt and get it in. And then a bounce pass. She passed it to Armitage, who then passed it off to Bolton. And
Armitage got crunched.
She
and
did.
No
No whistle. She got nailed and ended up skidding along on the floor.
It winds up being a turnover for Hobbs.
It does. So that hurts. And Hobbs, I've got to, they get it in. Cooper is going to inbound again in the backcourt. Armitage working on number 10 Young. Spin move by Chloe. She gets it out to Marshall. Marshall leaves it off for Johnston. Johnston to North. Good defense by Hobbs. Cooper is just going to stall and work it around the outside of the arc and wait to take the good shot. And Armitage, no, I'm not going to let you wait. A nice steal, second steal by her. Kicks it out to Clay. Clay drives the lane on the left side, working to put it up, banks it off with the glass, no good. Armitage with the rebound, and her putback, no good. And now the rebound by Bullen. Going to take it down the court, pass it to Johnston. Puts a shot up and no good. And Clay with the rebound. Bolton with the rebound. My bad. That's her 3rd. Hobbs brings it down. They kick it over to Manice in the left corner. They pass it over to Size with a 3-point attempt from the right wing. No good. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Lubbock Cooper ball. So Hobbs with 3 looks at the basket there and not able to make those fall. That's costly because Cooper, then has a chance to bring it down. And Cooper, has had some challenges. They're not making points on every possession that they've got, but you give them the opportunity when you don't make at least one of those 3 attempts underneath the basket. Cooper coming down, and there's a travel as she drives the lane, going to put it up and misses, and the turnover is called.
And that'll be the 14th turnover for Cooper.
That's 1, 2, 3,
13th or 14th.
6, 5, 11, 12. I've got it 12, but you're right.
I think it's
13. Yeah, I think it is 13.
I can't read my own handwriting.
And we had 7 in the first quarter.
We have 10 now total.
And now, that's what I got. So coming the other way, that is Clay with the ball. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica getting guarded tightly on the right wing over to Hargrove. Clay, she's going to drive in. Kicks it back out to Size, top of the arc. Then over to Mojica, 3-point attempt, no good, but right there for the rebound and the putback. Was that Bolton or Clay?
That was Clay.
That was Clay, okay.
Clay's having a very good second quarter.
She's
got 9 points now in the game.
And Cooper bringing it back down. That's Bullen. Bullen going to drive all the way over to the left, and they are going to get Hargrove on the foul. Hargrove, and that's her 2nd foul on her, 15 foul, and that is going to put number 14 Bullen at the line, and Bullen is 1 for 2 at the line. And your score right now is 24-19. Hobbs with that 5-point lead. They trailed at the end of the first quarter, 12-11. First one is up and good by Bullen, and she's got 4, 5, 6 points in the game now.
Leading scorer for the Lady Pirates.
And what does she have? 3 or 4? 3 rebounds?
2.
2 rebounds. I've got her as 2, but I thought I missed one. And the second one up, no good. A miss and a make. And Clay with the rebound. Clay's been hot on the boards for
8
Hobbs.
boards now for Hobbs.
And nice work. Clay over to Hargrove. Hargrove hanging on to it. Nowhere to go. Getting worked on tight. Just going to pull up. Move it over to the right. Pass it over Size. Size into Clay. No room. Clay's just going to leave it off for Size. Now out to Hargrove. Again, top of the Hargrove just decides to try to pop a tray. It won't fall, but Mojica is going to get the rebound. A pass into her, then to Bolton, back out. Mojica back out. Size now alone in 3-point range, and that was great work. Getting quick passing to get Size unchallenged in 3-point territory and let her pop her second tray of the game. Hobbs 27-20 lead. 4 seconds left. A 3-point attempt, no good. It's going to fall. Fight for the rebound. And yes, I believe that was Marshall who got it, but it was at the buzzer. And at halftime, your score Is 27-20. Nice work by the Lady Eagles in that second quarter as we go into halftime, and they've got a 7-point lead, and we will be back with your halftime report. More Lady Eagle basketball coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle here. We are at the Red Box that rocks, the Lubbock Cooper in Lubbock on this Saturday evening and Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. And we also want to say thank you very much to Tiff Stuber for producing and engineering today as, holiday weekend in radio. You got most of the people who are on air are going to work at some point through the holiday weekend. So we're here, happy to be here, by the way, with the Hobbs Lady Eagles, who have fought. They started off and did well. They kind of stalled out a little bit. Lubbock Cooper playing the same style of basketball, able to come up, match them, go ahead. Hobbs had tied it up at 11 at one point in that first quarter, and then Lubbock Cooper was able to edge them out 12-11 at the end of the first quarter. But second quarter, Lady Eagles making some adjustments, hair on fire, doing better rebounding, even though they are still losing some of the rebounding battle, and some of their shots are not falling, given Lubbock Cooper, first, second, third look sometimes. So we are definitely, looking at a better performance overall and better better probably pressing and forcing turnovers and making points off those turnovers to end up at 27-20 halftime, a nice 7-point lead for Hobbs. But man, that's not much when you're playing against a talented run and gun team, very much in the style of Hobbs, with head coach Isler going against head coach Carpenter in this one today, TJ.
Well, it certainly is. And you mentioned, Hobbs doing a better job in that second quarter, outscoring Cooper in that second quarter 16-8, doubling them up. Now, they won the rebounding battle in that first half, 22-11 overall, so doubled them up. Some of those rebounds, though, they had chances to have another look. They took them, and a couple of times they got 2-3 rebounds in a row, but missed all of those shots.
Right.
They've taken a lot of shots. They've found some good shots. They just hadn't been able to get them to fall yet, and Cooper seems to be able, even though they only got 11 rebounds, at times it seemed like they got the more critical rebounds when they needed to.
Right, and as far as turnovers, it's very close, very close. There were 6 turnovers for Lubbock Cooper in the first quarter, and then they ended up with 7 in the second quarter, 13 at halftime. 7 turnovers in the first for Hobbs, only 3 in the second quarter. So they really made those adjustments. They were playing better in that sense. They started working a little harder, forcing turnovers and making points off the turnovers and making fewer turnovers themselves. And that's where some of the difference comes in. And looking at the scoring so far with North, for Lubbock Cooper, North has your biggest point scorer is Bullen with 6 points and a couple of rebounds, followed by Marshall with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and Young with 5 points and a rebound. Then you have Johnston with 3 points and a rebound. You have North with 4 rebounds. Osuji just 1 point in that first half, and I think Hobbs did a nice job containing her and actually getting her. She got into foul trouble early on, and actually she's playing with 3 fouls now at halftime. And although she's just a freshman, she's listed as a 6-foot starter for Lubbock Cooper. I'm sure they're planning on having big things from her to come. But so far, Hobbs has used their quickness, their speed, and has been able to jump up. Right now, your leading scorer is Brett Clay with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Looks like she's headed for a double-double in this game if she has a good second half, as good as she had. She's got 3 steals as well. You've got Hargrove with 7 points, and one of those was a tray. And she's got 3 rebounds in the game as well. You've got Sice with 6 points, 2 3-pointers for Hobbs. Nice work on the perimeter there. You've also, and she had a rebound to go with that. You've also got, I mentioned Hargrove with 7 points and 3 rebounds. Nice work from her as well. You've got Nakayo Mojica with 3 points in the game. It was a tray and a couple of rebounds as well. Armitage with a couple of steals and a couple of rebounds, no points, but she comes in, sparks things up, and she can commit turnover. She can force turnovers sometimes and play very aggressively with her speed. You've got also Cunningham with 2 rebounds in the game. You've got Moniz with 2 points and a rebound, and Bolton with 3 rebounds, doing some good work on the boards as well. So some good stuff that we saw in that first half. Hobbs doing a much better job. They need to come out in that gear, and the gear that they shifted into in the second quarter. They're going to need to come out and try to be in that gear and try to stretch this lead out even more against Lubbock Cooper, because the brand of basketball that they play, they can take that and cut that lead down in no time at all if Hobbs doesn't continue to have offensive production.
Well, they're going to have to continue to get the offensive production, but they're going to have to continue to step up on the defense. The defense is really what triggered the offense in that second half. All of a sudden, they forced 3-4 turnovers in a row, and were able to take those down and convert on them.
Made points off of them.
And that has
very
been
important.
That has been the difference that has gotten them up by 7 here going into the second half.
Yep, and just keep those turnovers to a minimum. Force them against the other team, and again, take them and make points off of them. That's what you want to do. And, of course, work the boards. Continue to work the boards. We've got several Lady Eagles who are stepping up. Nice work on the boards, even by Armitage, by Mojica, and you look at that, even by some of the shorter girls or smaller girls on the team, and you're still getting rebounding out of Moniz as well. So as you're the ones you expect to get rebounds out of with Cunningham and Bolton and Clay doing a nice job. So we are looking forward to a nice, exciting second half of basketball, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles going into the second half with a nice 7-point lead. They want to hang on to that, stretch it out. We hope they can do that, and we will be back to see them do that here. Let's just take a 30-second timeout and back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball coming up. Welcome to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball as they inbound from mid-court, pass it, get it down to Cunningham underneath the basket. Nice work, very easy. They made it look very easy, and nice work. Cunningham
Good
with
positioning,
two. Yeah.
good passing.
Absolutely.
Crisp, clean passing.
It was nice execution off the good plan. Now coming back the other way, Cooper's got it, and they are driving outside the arc. Nice defense, very tight. A bounce pass goes awry, and it's going to end up going off of, is it going to be Lubbock Cooper's ball?
Should be Hobbs' ball.
It should be. I think it went off of number 10, off of Young. And yes, it is going to be Lady Eagle basketball. I knew what it should be, but you don't know that that's what the call is going to be. But we do thank our refs and other officials for this game, as always. Mojica will inbound just to the right of Hobbs' basket. Get it into Clay. She kicks it out to Cunningham. Thinks about taking the shot at the top of the arc. Instead, gets it to Hargrove in the left corner. Puts up a shot, won't fall. Armitage with her third rebound. Oh, Zepeda with her first rebound of the game. Ball's loose after the fight for the rebound. Hobbs has got it. They get it to Cunningham. She puts up a three-point attempt from the right corner. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Hargrove going up for it. Who are they going to call? I think it just
going to say last touch by Johnson,
okay.
So it'll be Hobbs
basketball. It'll be Hobbs basketball still. I was afraid they were going to call the rebound. I mean the foul on that. Does not. So Mojica will inbound just to the left of the Hobbs basket into Hargrove, right underneath the basket. Tries to put up a shot, and it's blocked out. Yeah, she got blocked out by what? Osuji in the game to start. All your starters out on the court to start the second half for both teams, by the way. Goes out of bounds, and Hobbs inbounds to Clay. Spin move in the lane, puts up a nice little hook, does not fall, kind of dribbles, it rolls across the rim. The rebound, the putback by Cunningham, no good. And then Clay with another rebound. Kicks it out. Zepeda with a three-point attempt from the right wing. Nothing but net. Beautiful tray. Puts a little more distance, 29-20 for Hobbs. And on the inbound, they're going to say it was
touched by Hargrove.
Yep. So it's last touch by Hargrove. So it will be a turnover. No, it doesn't count on the inbound. Okay. Cooper with the ball. Oh, and a bad pass is going to be picked up, stolen away by Cunningham. No look pass over to Hargrove in the right wing. She's going to take it. A no look pass to Clay. Back to Hargrove. Oh, she tries a shot, does not fall, out of bounds, and of course it's going to be Cooper's ball. So Hobbs.
They did a nice job working that around. Cunningham in the right elbow just took the shot, but just short-armed it.
32-20 though is your score. Hobbs stretching out the lead like they needed to. We talked about that, coming out and putting some more distance between them and Cooper early on in this third quarter. Bringing the ball down, getting worked on hard is Bullen. Zepeda good defense, and Hargrove tight defense, almost steals it away. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be last touch by Hobbs. Good tight defense, though, and this is what Hobbs needs to do. They're all over Cooper, trying to steal the ball, knock it away, block it out, doing whatever they can. And Carpenter letting his starters play out the string here. With the ball, Chloe Young kicks it back out. Pass into Johnston, then over to Young. Young getting worked on by Zepeda, drifts out near midcourt. Now works it over to the right side of the arc. Has to pull back. Good defense. Hobbs keeping him out of the paint, and then a bounce pass goes awry, and they're going to say,
dribble.
Yep, they're going to say a turnover. So double dribble will be, I believe, turnover number 15? 16. Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove runs the point, crosses the timeline on the right side, passes it up to Mojica in the right corner. Back to Clay. Clay leaves it off for Hargrove. Now drives in, pulls up, thinks about the three, drives back in the lane, puts up a shot. It will not fall. It rolls across. Hargrove going down hard. There is a whistle, and they are going to call a foul.
Going to call that
but
on
they're
Johnson.
They're going to call that on number 4. And that'll send Bryn to the line. She'll get.
Good to see her up.
She was a hard. She
was down
foul.
for a while and not feeling good.
Yeah. First is up and good though. So nice work for her. 5:07 left to play in another fast-moving third quarter. In the blocks, it's Mojica and Cepeda for Hobbs. Hargrove with her second shot up, and this one no good. But Mojica gets the rebound and gives it to Clay. Clay trying to put up a shot. She draws the foul. And let's see, they're going to call that, I believe, on 23. I think they're going to call it on Suji.
DeLuna, who just checked in.
It's her first. She's seeing her first action in the game, I do believe.
Yeah, I don't think we saw her in the first half.
Nope. So shooting 2 from the line will be Clay. And Clay is 1 for 2 at the line in the game so far. Make it 2 of 3 now. Nice work.
She's got 10 points in the game.
Yep. And she's got, 9 rebounds? Yep, 9 rebounds. So, and second one no good. Cooper with a rebound. I believe that was DeLuna, right? Getting it to Johnston. Still behind the timeline, still. And are they going to, timeout. Timeout taken before Lubbock Cooper can lose the ball because they were in the backcourt too long. So Cooper will take a timeout, and let's see, it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and just remind you, the score right now is 34-20. Hobbs with a 14-point lead here in the third quarter, TJ.
And a big thanks to all of our great sponsors. Couldn't do it without Lee County State Bank, Lasco, IPS, LECO, Lavelle Insurance, Thriftway, First American Bank of Hobbs, Eunice Pump and Supply, Albertsons, Forest Tire, TDS and MR Pipeline, New Mexico Junior College, and XL Energy. Lady Eagle basketball brought to you by those great folks and all the folks you see on your screen on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. And, of course, listening live here on KEJL, Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5, your home for Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball.
All right, and thank you very much, Tiff Stuber, producing and engineering. Thanks to TJ Miracle, running camera, color commentary today, and keeping us legal with the top of the hour IDs on Eagle 100.5. So thank you. Out of the timeout, the Cooper timeout, they will have the ball to inbound at midcourt. They give it off to Young, drives over the left side, worked on by Mojica. A bounce pass almost lost, and then a pass almost stolen away by Clay. Then kicked out to Osuji at the top of the arc. Three-point attempt won't go. It banks off the backboard, picked up by Cooper. A three-point shot won't go, and this time it rolls across the top of the backboard. Automatic turnover to the other team. Not listed as a turnover necessarily. It just is change of possession for Hobbs. Clay to inbound to Hargrove, so score is still 34-20. Clay to Mojica in the right corner. Getting worked on hard by Johnston. To Hargrove on the right side. Getting worked on against Young. Leaves it off for Clay over here on the right side. Over there on the right side, I should say. To Cepeda midcourt. Cepeda drives in, pulls up. Thinks about the three. Just pulls back. Weighing her options, drives in, and a little pass. I don't know what she intended, if she was shooting or she was going to.
Well,
I think
she was
a no-look
through the
pass.
lane and lost the handle, but it was touched by Cooper. So Hobbs will catch a break and get the ball back.
And it'll be Mojica to inbound to the right of the Hobbs basket. As Cooper gets their defense set. And Mojica gets it into Clay right in front of the basket. She puts up a shot, and it just falls short. It bounces off the bottom of the backboard. She did, and she got fouled. So they're going to call it on number 4, I believe.
14.
14, not 4, but Bullen. And I believe that's just her. That's her third foul.
That
it is.
is, yep.
And that sends Clay to the line. Osuji and DeLuna in the blocks for Cooper. First one is up and bounces and rolls in. So let's see. I believe that's 1, 2. She's only missed 2 at the line. I think she's 3 of 5 at the line today.
Right now, yep.
And no good. Osuji skies for the rebound.
But then loses the ball.
Yeah, and loses the ball. It goes over on good defense by Hobbs, and Mojica will inbound it from right in front of the Lady Eagles bench.
17th turnover for Cooper.
Yeah, amazing. It's 13, 14, now 17. Cepeda with the ball. Back in the game. Passes it in. Clay's got it. Getting triple teamed right there. Kicks it back out to Hargrove. Hargrove moves it around to the left side now. Drives across, puts up a little floater. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds, and we'll see it was last touched by, I think, Osuji. So it'll be Hobbs basketball. Mojica inbound just to the left of the Hobbs basket. Looking to get Cunningham open or see, and it ends up going to Clay. Clay's got it, and then back to Mojica. She drives around through the lane. Little hippity-hoppity up and no good, but Cunningham with the rebound. The putback no good. She gets another rebound, and then finally her putback is good.
And Hobbs on a 10-0 run to start this second half.
37-20 now. 17-point lead against Cooper. 3:16 left in the third. Still hasn't crossed the timeline. That's Marshall with the ball. Chris passed into Young, but she has to pull out. It's popped away and stolen by Hobbs. A forced turnover, and Clay gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove, nice assist by Clay, and Hargrove puts the layup up and in. Two more
Hargrove
points.
now with 10 points in the game.
Nice. And some rebounds as well for Hobbs. Oh.
Wanted
yeah.
backcourt.
Yep, could have been a backcourt violation call. They missed it. Uh-oh. And now.
Osuji, or I'm sorry, that was Marshall rolling over on the knees of Mojica, who cringed.
That's right. So tough. And Mojica, a little. She was wearing knee braces, both of her, as she always does. Usually black ones to match the road uniforms, white ones at home, but still couldn't have felt good for sure. And
yeah,
coming out
awkward on those knees.
She's going to stay out there, but it is Clay and Hargrove and I didn't see who else, Cepeda, who come off. Mojica still out there. Size, Bolton, Armitage, and Cunningham out on the court. So the ball in the hands.
Tic-tac.
They're going to call a little foul against Hobbs on that. Is it going to be against Armitage? Yep, it's against Armitage. And actually, that's her third foul. Yeah, I was gonna. So on the floor, Cooper will have it. They'll inbound it, get it back out there. Oh, and Armitage.
And they
it's
got
not
and
stopping
they
her. It's she wants to.
Well, what I want to know is why they didn't call the Cooper girl for tackling
the same,
for Hicks.
Exactly.
I mean, that should have been.
And that they called Armitage on a reach, and then Armitage gets tackled and laid out on the floor, and there's no whistle on that one. So I know what you mean. And it's going to be Young who comes off. And number 5, Hicks, inbounds to Marshall. Marshall crossing the timeline, center court. 39-20, 19-point lead for Hobbs now. And Marshall working it in, then kicks it out to Osuji in the left corner. She tries the three and nothing but net. That's her only her 4th point in the game. But it does cut Hobbs' lead down a bit, 39-23.
It breaks a 12-0 run though.
Yes,
so
it does.
Hobbs.
Just 2 minutes left to play in this third quarter.
Hobbs coming out doing what they wanted to do pretty much here to start the third.
Armitage with it to Size, to Bolton, now to Cunningham. Cunningham to Mojica on the left wing. She moves it around. Leaves it off for Bolton, back to Mojica. Thinks about the three. Osuji guarding her and keeping her out of the paint. And a nice pass into Cunningham in the lane. She puts up the shot. It doesn't fall, but she gets fouled.
And that's good. You're getting the penetration. You're working it in. You're drawing the fouls. That'll be called on Hicks, number 5. That'll be her first personal, and it'll put Cunningham at the line for 2.
Yep, as that is 4 team fouls in this third quarter. And Cunningham, nothing but net. Nice job at the free throw line. And she has come across. She had a couple of rebounds in the first half. She's playing a whale of a third quarter here as she's added, 3 rebounds and 5, now 6 points to her stats from the first half. Nice.
Yeah, now 6 points, 5 boards. So.
Exactly, and 41-23, Hobbs lead now with just 1:48 left in this third. As Cooper inbounds and the Hobbs end, gets it to Osuji across the timeline. A pass over into the right corner as a shot up by Hicks, no good. Fight for the rebound. Clay's got it now.
And Clay's got her double-double.
Yeah, and Clay's got the rebound. Oh, and the pass taken away. Osuji skies up for it with a steal, taking it down, and she's going to get fouled, I think, by Clay.
I think
No, is it Clay or is it going to be?
It's going to be Size.
No, it's going to be Size, 24. So a foul against Osuji will send her to the line. She had her only point in the game had been from the free throw line early on in the first quarter. And did nothing but net on that. So now she's got 3, 4, 5 points in the game. And 2 rebounds?
1.
Just the one still. Okay. First one up, good. Second one up, good. So now 41-25. Clay with the ball to Size, over to Armitage. She'll run the point across the left side. A nice pass by Armitage to Bolton. Bolton right under the basket on the right side, and she gets it, puts a shot up, and is fouled. So Size will, Bolton rather, Bolton draws the foul, and she is going to go to her first, on her first trip to the line. She's got some rebounds in this game, but hasn't made points yet. Chance to do that right here. Beautiful. Oh, nope, just a little bit off to the left. So a miss for her. Got her down with 3 rebounds. Does she have actually 4?
That's 3 still.
3 still, okay. Second chance at the line here. 41. That one no good. And Osuji, did they call a lane violation?
Yep, they sure did.
They did, and it's on, the violation's on Hobbs though. So it will be Cooper's ball. That's going to be Bullen to inbound to the left of the Hobbs basket. Hobbs in, tight defense. Pass over to Marshall. Marshall still in the backcourt. Marshall kicks it back to Bullen. Bullen to Young. Young getting worked on by Mojica. Now double teamed. Kick it back out to Bullen. Now to Osuji. Drives in from the left side. Puts up a shot. Won't fall. Moniz with the rebound. Nice. Leaves it off for Clay. Clay pulls up across the timeline. Oh, to Mojica, who loses the handle on it, and it's picked up by number 12, Marshall, with the steal, but Marshall loses a handle on it. The girls collide at midcourt, and they're actually going to call a push foul on Mojica. That's just her first, and it'll be on the floor, and it'll be Bullen who inbounds midcourt. Midcourt on the visitor side. We are set up in the mezzanine on the visitor side, looking down on the red box that rocks here at Lubbock Cooper. Cooper inbounds. That's gives it to Marshall. Marshall drives in to the right side, loses the handle on it, and picks it up, passing out to Bullen, and they're going to call.
Yeah,
I think just
goes.
Muniz
got a hand on it,
yep,
knocked it out.
Knocked it out. So it'll stay Cooper basketball. Young will inbound. Bounce pass into Bullen. Bullen kicks it out to number 5, Hicks. Hicks takes the 3-point shot, air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Osuji fighting for it.
And they're going to say,
yeah, they're going to say that Size got her hand on it, and that Osuji, right before Osuji was actually out of bounds before she touched it. So stays Cooper ball. It'll be Young to inbound. They get it to Marshall. She spins, drives the lane. They're going to call, I think, Armitage for another foul.
Yeah, and Armitage is going, what do I got to do here?
Armitage, that's her 4th foul. So got to feel like she's probably, she's coming out, and Cepeda will go back in. Cepeda, a starter this year. Cepeda, Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, and Cunningham, your starters for Hobbs, and they are back out on the court except for Muniz is in instead of Cunningham. Ooh, a shot up, no good, and Cooper with the rebound. They kick it out to, and a 3-pointer. Where did that come from?
Second one for Chloe Young.
Chloe, yeah, she started the game with a 3 for Cooper. Coming back the other way, Cepeda's got it. Puts up a shot from the right side, fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Hobbs basketball.
And the quarter ends.
And that's it. That's it for the third quarter, as technically there's 0. Yep, the buzzer sounds. So no time left at the end of the third quarter. Kind of a funky way to end that third quarter. But your score, Hobbs leading 41-28, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Lubbock Cooper on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
Now, hold on. They just put
okay.
they put a tenth of a second on the clock.
Okay.
Jaden Isler is now going to be opening Isler and Isler lobbyist firm in Austin.
Okay.
I happen to know we happen to know an attorney down there he can probably talk to help get that set up.
All right, so technically 1/10 of a second left. You know what? It would have served. It would have been basketball karma had that worked.
It would have.
A quick bounce pass into Clay. She put up the shot, and it did not fall. Got it hung up right there between the basketball and the rim. And had that gone in, that would have been beautiful. That would have been very funny. It did not. So here we are back again, 41-28 into the third quarter score. Hobbs leading. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Lubbock Cooper. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. You're watching and listening on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Very happy to be bringing you this game from Lubbock Cooper's The Red Box That Rocks. And Hobbs trailed at the end of the first quarter, 12-11. They had the lead at the half by 7 points, 27-20. At the end of the third, 41-28. They stretched their score out. They can't go to sleep, though. They've got to continue to keep their foot on the gas here against Lubbock Cooper. They inbound from midcourt. Hargrove works it over, gives it to Mojica in the left corner, tries a three-pointer, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Girls end up on the court, and that was Marshall against Cunningham. And it's a jump ball, and it's going to go the way of Cooper. And that'll be Bullen to inbound just to the right of the Hobbs basket. Just underway in this fourth quarter, Hobbs with a 41-28 lead against Lubbock Cooper. They inbound to Marshall. Marshall getting worked on guarded by Mojica. Will bounce pass, almost lost. They're still in the backcourt. And now they pass to Osuji just in time. Osuji with a pass over to the left corner to Young. She puts up a three, won't fall. Mojica with a rebound. A nice pass down the court to Cunningham, and then she was going to give it. It was a give and go to Clay, but it went past her
and got bumped, and
now
turned
it right back over. Cepeda with the steal and a pass to Mojica, and then a bounce pass to Mojica. That is picked up, so the teams trade turnovers twice, and that's number 4, Johnston, who ends up in the lane with the ball. And exactly, I know she ended up in the lane with the ball, but she traveled. Took that little extra step, and it was because of good pressure, defensive pressure by Hobbs surrounding her, made her rethink what she was doing, and she just took that little hesitation step, turned it over. Hargrove coming down with it, a little pass over into the corner to Cepeda, over to Cunningham on the right side, leaves it off for Cepeda. Cepeda now all the way to Hargrove. Hargrove from the left wing. A three-pointer no good, and that is Johnston with the rebound. Then they get it to Chloe Young. They're going to get Clay with the reach foul around her, just trying to get the ball away. It's going to be on Clay. I was going to say, I don't think she's fouled at all in this game, and that is her first foul. She's played a heck of a game. And played a clean game without fouling. So she's double-double so far and still working, still producing. And there's going to be a foul called, and what, against Cunningham? Cepeda. So that's the third foul on Cepeda. And against Young, they'll send Chloe out of bounds. She'll inbound just to the left of Cooper's basket to Bullen. Bullen drives across the baseline, now kicks it out, and knocked away by Cepeda in that left corner. It'll stay Cooper basketball, but it interrupts their offensive rhythm, and it's always a good thing. Knock it out, knock it away, interrupt wherever you can cleanly. That's what you want to do, and sometimes turnovers come out as a result of that. Young into Bullen. Bullen over to Johnston. Johnston getting worked on hard by Mojica. Good defense. Smothering defense. Bad pass. Picked up, though, by what, 15? Number 10. Sorry, that was Young. Back to Bullen. Bullen out to Young in the right corner. Thinks about the three. Has to work it around. Pops it up to Marshall. Ooh, almost loses it. Pulls up with a little jumper that goes in and out. And nice work as Hargrove with the rebound. Brings it down all the way. Oh, and then stolen away by Marshall and to Osuji just to the left of the basket. And it was Cunningham trying to block her out. And yes, they're going to call the charge, I believe. Are they going to call the charge on Osuji?
Nope, they're going to get the block on Kendall.
Yeah, they're going to get the block on Kendall. But she does, again, she interrupts the rhythm and keeps Osuji from being able to take it up, poised for maybe a dunk. Osuji hasn't missed from the line today. I'll say that. She's 4 for 4 from the line. Oh, okay.
4 for 5.
Ah, okay. So 4 or 5. Almost perfect at the line. And Cunningham and Clay in the blocks for Hobbs. It's 41-29 your score here, and then nothing but net on that one as well. So 41-30, and just an 11-point lead for Hobbs now. Pass down to Clay. Clay leaves it off for Armitage, drives the baseline to Zepeda on the right wing, over to Cunningham, Cunningham to Armitage, back to Cunningham. Thinks that she's got Osuji in front of her and can't do anything. Passes it, and it's picked off. Another turnover for Hobbs, and Bullen's going to take it. And Cunningham, again, trying to block the ball, is going to get called on the.
Yeah, hustling back and just got out of it. And actually, they're going to call it on Clay.
On Clay, okay. Well, only the second one on Clay. Cooper will inbound. Pass it over the right corner, and now Bullen, top of the key. She takes a step back and pops it. Wow. I think the net didn't even move, not even a whisper. So there she is with a tray, and now 41-33, just an 8-point lead for Hobbs. Oops, sorry.
5-0 run to start this for Cooper, and Zepeda steps on the baseline.
Yep, Zepeda driving across the baseline and going to kick the ball out.
And Hobbs has turned it over 4 times, and Joey Carpenter says, all right, let's figure this out.
Yeah, as he wants to call for a timeout. And let's see if it's just a 30. We'll keep it right here. Yep, it is going to be a full timeout. So we'll take it and be back with more Lady Eagle basketball as they are in the lead 41-33 here in the fourth quarter. And we'll be back on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball as Hobbs played a heck of a second and third quarter and came from behind and led this fourth quarter, started this fourth quarter 41-28, stretched it out even further, and now Cooper has managed to launch a bit of a comeback and has shaved it down to an 8-point lead by Hobbs with 4:54 left to play out of the 60-second timeout taken by Coach Carpenter. It'll be Cooper with the ball, and Bullen will inbound just to the right of the Hobbs basket. 4:54 left in the game. That's a lot of time. Hobbs has got to kind of figure it out as they had 4 turnovers in a row and gave away some points as well. Now having trouble moving the ball across the court, they do to Osuji. Osuji drives in and kicks it out to the left corner. Now back to Bullen. Over to Marshall on the right. Nice defense by Hobbs, keeping him out of the paint. Now Cooper making some adjustments, and a bad pass stolen by Clay, but then she's immediately fouled. So a nice turnover. Well, out of the foul, that is. And that is number 12. That is Marshall with her first foul.
And that's the now 21st turnover for Cooper.
And give it to Hobbs. Clay inbounds to Hargrove. Hargrove running the point. Leaves it off for Clay. Working over to the right. Leaves it off for Mojica. Mojica will spin move. Drives in. Kicks it to the corner to Hargrove. She puts up a three-point shot. Won't fall. Armitage with the rebound. Gives it to Clay. Clay pops the tray from the right wing. And 3 more points for her in the game. As now Hobbs 44-33. Osuji coming back the other way. Drives the lane, puts up a little hook, and the layup up and in with Osuji.
So now she has 10.
And 44-35, a 9-point lead for Hobbs. Well, he drove across the timeline. Then to Cunningham in the corner. Back to Hargrove. Hargrove drives the lane, puts up a little floater. It doesn't fall, and it's Bullen with the rebound. Now she's going to bring it across the timeline. The clock is Hobbs' friend, but not. Oh, and there's a two-pointer from Young. Yeah,
She's got 10 now.
44-37 now. Hobbs with the ball, almost poked away. Hargrove comes across and saves it from behind of Clay. Leaves it off for Clay. Clay to Mojica in the right corner. Thinks about the three. She's got Cooper all over her in the corner.
And I think what you need to do here, you've got Osuji still in a little trouble.
Hargrove takes it. Hargrove drives the lane, puts it up, doesn't fall, and with the rebound and the putback is Cunningham. And Cunningham draws the foul and will go to the line. And let's see, they're going to call that on against Osuji.
They do,
and
I think that was what I was just saying is find Cunningham or find Clay and get her to attack Osuji.
I think that's just
since she's
4.
in foul trouble. Yeah, she's got 4.
4 on Osuji.
But now she has to back off, and she can't be as much of a presence inside.
And Cunningham will go to the line, and Cunningham has, she had a couple of rebounds in the first. She's played a stronger second half, and she's got 8 points in the game now. Make it 9. Good job. Good free throws under pressure. Stretches it back out to a 10-point lead for Hobbs. 2:55 left to play. And they're going to say what?
Yeah, it was 3
it was just 3.
That's
right.
The bucket.
It was just
it was the end one.
That's right. It was the end one. I think everybody, I wasn't the only one thinking, oh, that's right, that's right. Cooper inbounding. That's Marshall, and they're going to call Clay for the foul.
Yep, they're going to get her on the little bump.
Yeah, a little bump. There's been a lot of physicality in this game
both
ways.
Yeah, that puts Cooper in the bonus, though, so they'll have a chance to cut into this lead on every foul now with the clock stopped.
And so Hobbs is going to have to be maybe just a little more careful about the fouling because they've got a 10-point lead, but there's 2:47 on the clock right now. Hobbs really needs to get it and burn some clock, but they're not the type of team that normally does that, although they're capable of passing around the outside of the arc, but you got to watch it because Cooper is capable of stealing that as well. So it'll be interesting this last 2.5 minutes of this game. First one up and good as Marshall sinks it, and the second one bounces off to the right, and Armitage picks it up. Armitage over to Size in the game. Ooh, blocked it, but Armitage comes across and keeps it. Nice work, good heads up. Pass over on the left to Armitage, kicks it out to Clay. Clay to Size. Size moves back to midcourt. Back to Clay. Getting worked on by Marshall. Over to Armitage. Armitage moves it over. Cunningham. Cunningham's got it. See, Hobbs is burning a little clock here. Hanging on to the ball, burning the clock. And that's because they've got 47-38. They've got a 9-point lead, and they want to burn a little time off the clock and less time for Cooper.
Cooper's too athletic, though, to take the air out of the ball here. You've got to still find a way. You can take your time.
But they need to continue to find the basket.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got to. Hobbs is going to continue to find the basket and not just try to hang on to the ball and run the clock out on this. Although Clay getting it into Armitage. Armitage to Cunningham. She pulls the trigger on a 3. It won't fall. Mojica with the rebound and the putback, though. Nice work for her. And puts Hobbs back up 49-38, 11-point lead, 1:55 left to play. Trapping Cooper in the backcourt. Now Bullen comes across, comes down, bounce past Osuji in the lane. She puts up the shot from the right. Yeah, and a bad foul on her. They should just let her alone because now she's got not only the 2 points on the layup, but she's got a chance to make it, and she has missed only 1 free throw in this game. So 2 points and a chance to make it 3 the old-fashioned way for her. And Cunningham is going to have to come out. She's playing with 4 fouls. So it'll be Mojica and Clay in the blocks for Hobbs, as Osuji does not make it. I put the announcer's curse on her, I think.
Unfortunately, Bullen got the rebound.
That's right. Bullen with the rebound, and now Cooper with the ball still. However, they've got a lot of time to make up, and they're gonna have to be desperate to take shots. They can't afford to pass the ball around, and Hobbs is just strong defense, trying to keep them from being able to move the ball into the paint. And a timeout. Isler sees exactly what Hobbs is doing, and doing successfully, so he calls for a timeout. And we'll see. It may just be a 30. We'll see. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. They're up 49-40 against Lubbock Cooper with just a minute 26 left to play in the game. We'll be back. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we've had a good game with 2 well-matched teams, and it is coming down with less than a minute and a half left to play. Hobbs has stretched it out. They got the lead, but a team like Cooper, you got to feel like that you've got to keep your feet on the gas. You've got to play sharp and be sharp. Lubbock Cooper with the timeout. And they've got a lot of work to do, and just great defense by the Hobbs Lady Eagles, keeping them from scoring within, this last minute or so of their possession. So it's going to be Bullen to inbound. Gets it over to Osuji. Oh, yep, and Clay going to get her from behind. Although, you know what? It's like incidental contact. She did not intend to do that. I think she would have been clear of her. But Osuji,
again, you've got to just let it. You've just got to let it play. Yeah, and then you're at least burning some time. You're down
true.
3 possessions, and now it'll be probably
that's right.
2.
And you can't. You don't want to let them try to catch up, and especially with her, because she has missed only 2 free throws in this game. So it's going to be Marshall coming out and Hicks going in. Osuji at the line. 49-48, an 8-point lead, and this one does not go either, and a nice rebound by Size, and a good time for it. Size to Armitage. Armitage getting double team, loses the ball, and they are going to say it's Cooper's ball.
Going to say Armitage stepped on the sideline before it got poked from behind by Hicks.
And so
turnover 18 for the Lady Eagles.
And not a good time for it. 8-point game. Bullen will inbound. A minute 18 left on the clock. Hobbs up by 8. And they give it over to Johnston. Tries to put a shot up. It does not fall. And Armitage ends up with a rebound. It comes down, almost taken away.
And that wasn't a foul. Why?
Oh, yeah, that should have been a foul. They could have called it on number 12 and against Bullen, I think, on the other side, too.
And they do call it on Marshall.
They do call it on Marshall, so that's going to be a foul.
But that's just the third team foul.
And so it's
on
the it's not a shooting. It'll be on the floor, and Mojica will inbound as, tight defense by Cooper all over Mojica. She brought that across the timeline and almost stole it away. Wow, very physical game here. Tight defense by both teams, fighting for it. Clay off of the inbound, just going to take the air out of the ball a little bit. It's kind of dangerous, but they're going to force Cooper to come after him and foul. As Mojica would bounce pass against Clay, and yes, they will call number 5, Hicks, on the foul, I do believe, against Clay. And again, it's only the third team foul, or the fourth team foul now. And so it will be Hobbs to throw in, and who's going to do it? It's going to be Mojica to inbound mid-court. Getting it into Clay. Clay right back to Mojica, and Mojica is fouled immediately, I believe, by Johnston. 54.2 seconds left to play in this, and Hobbs up by 8 as Hobbs is just hanging on to the ball, forcing Cooper to come after them and foul them, because that's the only chance they've got now.
Well, now they're doing it. It'll be to stop the clock.
That's right.
You're Hobbs, make Cooper burn sink your free throws,
yeah.
but make Cooper burn as much time as you can, bringing it back down the floor. Both teams in the bonus.
And Mojica bounces off the front, but then pops through the net. So nice work.
But that importantly takes it out to 3 full possessions.
Exactly, because it's 50-41, 9-point lead, a chance to make it a 10-point lead by Mojica here at the free throw line. Eyes it, skies it, and a little short, but it's Hargrove coming down with a rebound. Nice time for that.
Her 5th board of the ball game.
Yeah, and then quickly fouled, or
timeout
taken, actually. So Isler wants to take a timeout.
Actually, Joey took it.
No, Joey took it. Okay, so Carpenter with a timeout. I was looking at the scoreboard to see exactly how many seconds left there were. 50-41, 9-point lead. As we roll into the final seconds of this one here, looking more like a Hobbs win, but Joey Carpenter taking the timeout. We'll just keep it right here as he's talking strategy. He's also cooling Cooper down. The more time that they have to spend thinking about what all they have to accomplish in the seconds left in this game, I think it's he doesn't care about letting Isler have time to work on strategy here. He just wants to cool them down, to work on the Hobbs girls, make sure everybody's on the same page, and the game plan for the final 49.4 seconds left in this one, TJ.
Well, and that's what you're going to need to do. And if you're Jaden Isler, the only play you've got right now is if you can't steal the inbound, you have to foul instantly. And if you've got 3-point shooters, and we've seen that they have the ability,
they do.
You're going to have to take it quickly coming back down the court. And unfortunately, Hobbs just going to have to let them.
Johnston with 3 points, Young with 3-pointers, and Osuji with a 3-pointer as well. So they've got the perimeter shooting, maybe not reliably, but capably. So possibly. Hobbs inbounds midcourt, and Clay getting worked on. She works herself out of double teaming, then stumbles a little bit and loses the ball.
They didn't call the foul.
I can't believe they didn't call the foul. Osuji comes up with it, passes it off to Bullen. Bullen puts it up and does not fall. With the rebound is Johnston, though, and now a 3-point attempt from way downtown doesn't work. It goes out of bounds, and it's last touch by Hobbs.
As Cunningham touched it last and fighting with Johnson.
Fighting for it was Kendall Cunningham. Yes, I know. So it's going to be Cooper ball from the left of the basket. They get into Osuji. Osuji out to Bullen. Bullen tries to pop a 3. It does not work. Air ball goes out of bounds, but I think it's going to be Hobbs ball, and that should seal the deal. With 22 seconds left, it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Cooper, and let's see, another timeout by Isler.
And that's his last time out.
That's it. So 22 seconds left exactly. 50-49 Hobbs with a 9-point lead, and it is a full 60-second timeout. And I think we'll just keep it here and say thank you very much to all of our sponsors making our broadcast possible, saying that it looks like Hobbs is poised to go up to 2-1 on the season, and they are going to be in action at Tasker Arena on Tuesday night. So if you weren't able to make this game, to see them, high flying, just always a lot of fun and exciting team to watch, and go support them at Tasker Arena on Tuesday night against El Paso Hanks if you can. I think that game time may be back at 6 o'clock against Stinson and El Paso.
Either 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So we'll tell you more about that.
Give me a half second, I'll look.
We'll, of course, have game day posts on Tuesday to tell you exactly who all is playing when and where, how to watch and listen to your favorite teams, Hobbs girls included, and the links to click to get you there. We may be on Lee County News and Sports YouTube on Tuesday night, I believe, because the Hobbs boys are playing the same night.
6:30.
So 6:30. Neither one of us was right, too. It wasn't 6, it wasn't 7, it's 6:30 on Tuesday night at Tasker Arena. So Hobbs girls looking to close this one out. 22 seconds left in this game. 50-41, a 9-point lead, and Cunningham will inbound it to the left of the basket, of the Hobbs basket. They send it over to Clay. Clay, fast break, takes it all the way down, and a layup from the right side. And that is definitely sealing the deal. Clock is running. 52-41. Stuck in the backcourt. And fouling number 14, Bullen, is going to be Hargrove. So I believe Hargrove, that was what, her third or
that
fourth
is her
foul?
Third
foul, okay. So Hargrove fouls Bullen as Bullen will go to the line, and Bullen is 2 of 4 at the line in this game today. 52-41 your score right now. 6.1 seconds left, and Bullen sinks that one. So
now she's got 10 in the ball game.
And Cunningham will come out. Size will go in, and then Mojica and Clay will be in the blocks for Hobbs. Caselin Manise and Size also in the blocks. And Hargrove in as well. And that one is up and good by Bullen as well. 52-43, 9-point lead. Hobbs with the ball. And there's going to be a foul called, I think, on number 5, Hicks. As soon as Clay touched the ball, Hicks fouled her, of course, intentionally. As that's the only, with 4.7 seconds left. Yeah, barring some miracle of miracles. There's no way. But Clay is fouled, and she'll be shooting for the line. They're not even going to bother to put any of the Hobbs Lady Eagles in the blocks for this with just 4.7 seconds left.
They're just going to let them inbound it. It'll take them almost that long to get it down for a shot.
Exactly. So this 53-43, nice work again. Clay sinking another one. She's, of course, she's got a double-double tonight. And Hargrove may have. I haven't counted up. Nope, she's going to be a little short on her rebounds. And Cunningham doing a nice job on the boards and having a nice job, getting scoring in the second half as well. So lots of Lady Eagles. We'll talk about this in the post game, but the clock counting down now as both of those free throws made. 12, Marshall going to take a shot at the buzzer, and it banks off. I thought it might go in, but it does not. So your final score in this one is going to be 54-43. Hobbs winning against Lubbock Cooper, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to wrap this one up. But a good job for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, who go up to 2-1 on the season, and we'll have a home game on Tuesday night, and we'll talk about all this coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Back with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to the red box that rocks tonight. Lubbock Cooper, as Hobbs Lady Eagles stepped in, and after being down by a point at the end of the first quarter, came back and won all the rest of the quarters and have won the game, putting up the final score of 54-43. And at the end of the first, it was Cooper leading 12-11. At the end of the second, at halftime, 27-20, Hobbs up by 7. At the end of the third, it was 41-28. And at the end of the game, of course, final score 51-43. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, who's got the rest of the game stats for us in terms of scoring, turnovers, and such. TJ?
Well, thank you very much, Dawn. Leading scorer tonight for Cooper was Ada Osagi. She finished up with 13 points on the night, only had 1 rebound, was in foul trouble early, but was the leading scorer with 13 points. 11 points for Taylor Bullen. She also had 5 rebounds, was the leading rebounder for the Lady Pirates. 10 points for Chloe Young. So those were your 3 double-digit scores. 6 in the book for Abrielle Marshall and 3 points for Connolly Johnson. Cooper tonight goes 14 of 21 from the free throw line, had 20 rebounds in the ballgame. As mentioned, Bullen the leading rebounder with 5. 21 turnovers for Cooper in the ballgame. They get 12 in the first, 8 in the second, 8 in the third, 15 in the fourth to finish up with 43. Turning the page for your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Leading scorer tonight was Brett Clay. Finishes up with 18 points and 10 rebounds, so she does get the double-double tonight. Bryn Hargrove also in double figures tonight, 10 points. She had 5 rebounds. 9 points for Kendall Cunningham. She also had 5 rebounds. 6 points, 6 rebounds for Nakaya Mojica. 6 points and 2 boards for Carolina Size. You had 3 points and a board for Madison Zepeda. 2 points, 2 rebounds for Caselyn Muniz. Alana Bolton also chipping in 3 rebounds. And Alana Armitage, no scoring tonight, but did get 5 rebounds. Hobbs winning the rebound battle. They doubled them up. They had 40 rebounds in the ball game. Hobbs goes 12 of 19 from the free throw line. Turned the ball over 19 times in the contest. Get 11 in the first, 16 in the second, 14 in the third, 13 in the fourth for 54 final on the scoreboard.
And I think in this game that Coach Carpenter should be a little happier with a lot of things. The fact that Hobbs made some adjustments after that first quarter and came out and started cutting down. The important thing is, I mean, they had 7 turnovers, just in that first half, and then they ended up with, only 19 total. And, I think that they also started making more points off of forcing turnovers against the other team. They also won the rebounding battle big time. They had good rebounding. They had good offensive production. They were good at the free throw line, 12 of 19, very solid there. And 2 girls in double figures and good scoring, I think, across the board. It's nice when you can look. And, yes, Clay had double-double, and that was a great game. But we also had, good 10 points, from Hargrove and 9 from Cunningham. And then on, here, there, everywhere, 6 points here, 3, 2 points there. It was nice to see more girls, contributing offensively as well. So, fast-paced game, went quickly, and holiday weekend. So we say safe travels to all the fans. Thank you to Lubbock Cooper for being good hosts. And Hobbs, with a 2-1 record now, heads into another home game, just their second home game of the season on Tuesday night against El Paso Hanks. Will be there and have that game for you. So be watching and listening on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Thanks very much to Tiff Stuber for producing and engineering and checking our video for us. We thank you. TJ Miracle, thank you very much. And on behalf of TJ, I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long. Congrats to the Lady Eagles, and we'll have more coming up on Tuesday night right here. Good evening.